Good afternoon, Jean-Luc. I was hoping you could introduce yourself and your organization and tell us a little bit about why you thought such type of training would be interesting for you to collaborate with, and also how it would be relevant for the sector.
Thank you, Rupalee, and I'm very pleased to introduce myself. My name is Jean-Luc Perron. I am the Managing Director of Grameen Crédit Agricole Foundation. I have been involved in agriculture to some extent because I started my career with the French Ministry of Agriculture but a long time ago. And for the last 26 years I have been with Crédit Agricole, the largest bank in France, with deep roots in the farming sector, as the bank was created as a cooperative bank by French farmers at the end of the 19th century. About Grameen Crédit Agricole Foundation, I think I should indicate that it's quite recent initiative, as it was launched 4 years ago in 2008 on my proposal. It's a joint initiative. It's a partnership between Crédit Agricole and Grameen, and Professor Mohamed Yunus, the Nobel Peace Prize laureate in 2006. And the purpose of this joint initiative is, of course, to provide support, mainly financial support, to microfinance institutions which are dedicated to the poorest of the poor. So we decided to set up this foundation, which is unique of its kind because it's a real foundation, not for profit, with its own independent board of directors, and Professor Yunus is a board member. The chairman is the chairman of Crédit Agricole. I am the managing director. But this foundation works is not in the business of making grants as a charity. We are making loans. We are issuing guarantees. We can even invest in terms of equity, either in microfinance institutions or in social businesses. So for that purpose, we got 50 million euro endowment from Crédit Agricole at inception. But we use these proceeds of this endowment every day in making loans and making investments in order to support MFIs and social businesses. Of course, being a foundation, we target, of course, specific MFIs and specific social businesses. It means that we go where other types of funds, investment funds, or banks don't spontaneously go because they look at the country as too risky, for example. So we are very much dedicated to sub-Saharan African countries, for example, and we have been supporting MFIs in such countries as Mali, Senegal, Madagascar, Democratic Republic of Congo, or more recently Burkina Faso, Benin, and thus we have been working in such countries as Senegal, Mali, Tanzania, Kenya, Madagascar, Democratic Republic of Congo, and more recently Burkina Faso. But we are also very much active in Southern Asia, mainly in Cambodia, Indonesia, Philippines, Timor, even Sri Lanka, and some other countries. So all in all, after 4 years of operation, we have been able to approve about 60 I would say, financing packages, financing facilities for about 25 or 26 microfinance institutions and 5 social businesses in about 22 or 23 different countries. To do that, we have a team of today 18 people fully dedicated to the mission of the foundation. So of course we are not working in order to develop the business of Crédit Agricole. We are there to carry out the social mandate of the foundation, and we do that every day with a full team of 18 people, which is unique in the banking sector.
Thank you so much, Jean-Luc. Specifically about the training, why did your foundation think it was necessary for you to collaborate? And what was the one expectation you had from such a training?
Yes, thank you again, Rupalee, as you have been quite material in the organization and the deployment of this seminar, which is a joint initiative between our foundation and CIRM. So we joined forces to do that because I think we share the same views about the critical importance of crop insurance and more generally speaking of agricultural insurance in order to provide farmers and older farmers with what you call safety nets. And I do agree with this expression. We need to invent safety nets for the poor. The rich and the developed countries have already their own safety nets, but the poor in the developing countries have nothing. They can just rely on their own savings and on their relatives and neighbors in case of difficult circumstances. So providing them affordable insurance products, and in that case we can talk about micro-insurance products because due to the size of the farms we are talking about, due to the size of the revenue we are talking about, it can be just micro-insurance products. And micro-insurance products are not the regular insurance products at a small scale. It's a new product. You have to invent new techniques, new ways of distribution, new ways of marketing, and of course you have to invent new techniques to appraise the risk and to deliver the claims and to serve, to address the claims, because it's a completely different market. And India, we identified India as most probably the most advanced country in this particular field. We knew that by literature, by papers we read, etc. But we wanted to know, more concretely speaking, how this concept of microinsurance has been put in place for now more than 10 years in this country in various forms, either in the form of yield-based insurance or in the form nowadays of weather-based index insurance. And both approaches are valid and could be complementary and could be of big interest for some other countries which are looking for such innovative ways of protecting their smallholder farmers.
Thank you, Jean-Luc. One last question. How was your experience attending the training?
We have been, well, we took the initiative of this training. It was at first the idea that, well, it was for my purpose at the beginning. I asked Therese, who in our team is the specialist of microinsurance, to say, okay, I want to go to India and to visit relevant people for this purpose in order to have a better knowledge of what happens in India about it. And of course, after some time, we said, okay, we could invite a few colleagues of us from Crédit Agricole, from Pacifica or insurance companies, or from FARM, which is a sister organization dedicated to rural development in Africa. And after a moment, we said, okay, but why we don't invite even more people? And then we have been in touch with the World Bank, and World Bank has been kind enough to extend the invitation and to support the participation to the seminar to people, high-level people in various countries who are interested in the development of microinsurance in the agricultural field. So at the end of the day, we have 14 persons coming on behalf of World Bank from various countries, from Africa, from Philippines, even from Guatemala, and from Azerbaijan, in addition to French people or a few others coming from donors. So all in all, we are 23, which makes the seminar even more interesting, more interactive, and we got a lot of information about what happens in other countries, and I think we paved the way to further collaboration between all of us as a kind of pilot group of people interested in a safety net for the poor.
Absolutely, Jean-Luc. Very well said. Thank you so much.
Thank you.